cheer on their 49ers here at Levi Stadium. Weather will not be a factor today. We have absolutely beautiful conditions here. And we're off from Levi Stadium. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Shut him on this drive, boys. 60 back. Keep going. Keep it going.
Purdy throwing here to start. Right off the rip, he's throwing deep. It's intercepted on the first play of the game. And the Buccaneers force the turnover on the first series of this game. There it is, partner. Tough to resist starting the game with a deep shot. I know you know that. It is aggressive, but also very high risk, high reward.
It is, Kate, and you know as an offensive player, especially as a quarterback, you go to bed that night, these plays are scripted. You're going to come out, you're going to take a shot. There you got to show a little restraint. If it's not there, and that defense has the awareness they just did, boy, you got to be real careful to not give them an opportunity to do what they just did and make a huge play defensively.
Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Throwing again is Baker. Catch made by Bucky Irving. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Diamador Lenore there on the stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Baker now from the gun. On target to Godwin. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the 1st down.
Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Less than a yard needed here on 4th. And the QB keeps it on the sneak. And he's touched as they pick up that 1st down on 4th.
You run that sneak there because you know you can rely. Trust with a capital T on the big fellas to do just enough. Get just enough push in the middle so that QB can fall forward. And as we just saw, it's really hard to stop.
Shotgun handoff to Irving. He cuts it right. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Completes this one to Otten. And he's going to be just inside the 10 before he goes out.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Has it in close. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Bucs get lined up and they will kick this away. Samuel now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Isaac Arindo. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. That stop made by KJ Brent. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Purdy setting up that play action. Caught by Deebo Samuel. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kim, you have to talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Purdy throwing here on 1st. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Jamel Dean makes the play. And the Buccaneers get the football just short of their 20 after the interception and return. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They start with 2nd and 6. Mayfield now from the gun. That's complete, Mike Evans. And he's out of bounds, just a step short of the 40. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And he drives ahead for good yardage up to the 45. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Pressure coming. Baker. This one's taken in by Otten. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They give to Irving, left side. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Mayfield with a blitz coming. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jarvarius Ward picks it off. And the 49ers will take the interception back across midfield before they finally track him down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Now a give to Garendo. Good little whip there. Looks like about 6. Stopped that time by Jamel Dean. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Running back sent in motion. From the 40 on 2nd down. He sends this one to the end zone. And guys, man, that's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers pick it off and give points on the ensuing drive. Deebo Samuel the touchdown. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
That one right down the middle. And the 49ers tie this game 7-7. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Bucky Irving now to return. This return makes it up to the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end. Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. Throwing, Baker. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, you give him another foot of space, and he's going to bring that in for a nice gain. The throw, it just didn't give him enough real estate to establish possession before he hit the sideline.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Mayfield. He got it along the sideline, but just couldn't bring it in within the field of play. That's incomplete. We've got 3rd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Mayfield to throw again. Throwing deep for the end zone. This has been a trend. Yet another interception. That's Deshaun Gibson. And the 49ers make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
1st down throw by Purdy. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
Back to the air on second. Purdy. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Levante David. And the Buccaneers will have a shot at least a field goal here. Maybe the end zone after that return. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got one, we got two. Do I hear a third interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away. You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lot. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. One last play before the break. One final shot before halftime. He's on the move. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. And we've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Out to kick it away, here's Moody. Tucker now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Irvin here from the gun. He cuts it back right. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
First down, and they go right back to him. Takes out a one-stop, and they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that first down before the hit.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Mayfield on 1st and 10. Finds his man. It's Godwin. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down. On the give, this is Irving. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Mayfield set to pass. And they will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers grow the lead coming out of halftime. Mike Evans with the touchdown. McLaughlin's extra point is up and good. And the Buccaneers make it a 10-point ball game. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Samuel now to return it. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. They've got first down from the 31. Play action now with Purdy. Wow, wide open here, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 28 out of that play. And it brings up a San Francisco first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Purdy on first down. That finds Jacob Kelly. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. With third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's 49ers ball, and they're sort of in comeback mode here. They trail to start the fourth. All right, set now, 1st and 10.
Let's go. We got this.
They'll go right back to Garindo. And this is down to the 5-yard line before they can stop him. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Looking to throw, Purdy. And oh, he got it! Interception! And the Buccaneers have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Here's the give to Irving. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Tight end gets it running forward. And he's brought down for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. San Francisco calls it 2nd timeout. Buccaneers out and into punt formation. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. Not much room, but he's still able to crush it. He'll start from the 39. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That one scored as a massive 67-yard effort. And the 49ers will go on offense. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Let's get the old. Let's go.
They send a man in motion. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He'll get this one to Kelly. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Buccaneers territory.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Brought in by Ayuk near the sideline. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. 49ers gotta score in a hurry. 1st and 10, gotta score immediately here. Only one timeout left, and that clock winding down. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. This time they're gonna get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 17 at the Bucs 35-yard line.
I swear I'm leaving the city if y'all don't score. Got it. Ready?
Trying again, following the sack. Cut for big yards on the right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And all right, it's a touchdown in the final moments, so win still very unlikely, but a sliver of hope now after that play. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here, running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in, finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast. Trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
Will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Here he is to throw. On the move, headed right. And the call to go for it not rewarded as the pass falls incomplete. So only a handful of seconds left. They have time for this and a single snap. And the Bucs are able to get to this kick, and now they're just a few moments from victory.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Oh, look at this. He's set up to throw. And this ball's incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Irving on the inside give. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. So it's a win for the visiting Buccaneers. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see. Next to the beautiful San Francisco Bay, 40 miles from where Candlestick Park once stood. We're at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Jake Moody ready to get us started, and we're underway in Santa Clara. It's Deebo Samuel with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the gun is Purdy. He'll get it to Brandon Ayuk. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Purdy throwing here on first. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And a big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success in the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and clear. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home with that sack.
And that will not be enough for a first down. Third and 10. Can this offense get it done? Shotgun snap for Purdy. Diving right side. Got it. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Purdy setting up that play action. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. They kick the running back in motion. To throw again, it's Purdy. Reeled in by George Kittle. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They got 24 yards on the play. And now they have a first and goal. They'll run here. It's McCaffrey. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal. A quarter down, 3 more to go for these NFC West opponents. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. Time to get the second quarter going. The 49ers set up inside the red zone. Back to McCaffrey on 2nd down. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. It's a 3-yard pickup. That moves him a little bit closer. 3rd and goal coming up.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive. Try to stick them with a loss and make a difficult 4th down decision.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with the quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
Moody knocks it through. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. On the give, it's Garindo. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a 49er first down. Here's Garindo again. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Headed out right. Caught by Deebo Samuel. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
Now right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
The new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. That's caught at the 4. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
3 yards on the gain. Now they just need 2 more on 2nd and goal. Now it's Purdy. And he will score. It's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers get some late points and the lead. George Kittle, the touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big of a tight end.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Fielded at the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. They connect on the deep shot. And he's going to score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers get some late points and the lead. It's a Brandon Ayuk touchdown. Moody knocks that extra point through. And the 49ers push their lead to 3.
49ers 7.
Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. 1st down throw by Purdy. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Purdy now on 2nd and 10. Certain pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Niners countering with a 5th defensive back on this 3rd down. Here's Purdy to throw. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. You're going for this. That's cut beyond the marker. It's a race down the right side. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers get some late points and the lead. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Samuel now to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now Purdy. That finds Ayuk, complete. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. San Francisco calls its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Purdy on 1st down. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Fits it through the middle. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Give him 24 on that play. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break. Only time left for one more snap block, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. He hit his first one. His second one's coming from inside of 40. Moody knocks it through. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying it left side with Garindo. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Tackle made by Jair Brown. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
Third and long, Purdy. Taking his shot, deep down the field it goes. Oh, it's an interception. Picked by their rookie out of Florida State. And the 49ers will set up just a little bit shy of the 40 following the tackle. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
On target to his back, here's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Purdy throwing here. Completed here to McCaffrey. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a 49er first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
From the gun is Purdy. Got a man. McCaffrey has it. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers grab the lead on their first series of the half. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
And he reaches the end zone, so they'll be up to a 7-point lead. Well, he just caught them the touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for 2. How did they lose him? How did they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Play action now with Purdy. That's taken in by Samuel. And they'll make the stop at the 46-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
The pass is incomplete, but hold on here. We've got a flag on the field. Here's the call. Offense tagged for the penalty there as they walk off the distance. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Purdy to throw it. Hits him on the out route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's 49ers ball, and they're sort of in comeback mode here. They trail to start the 4th. They're set up at the 35 now. Handoff headed right. It's Garindo. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
They'll get 18 yards there. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Working inside the red zone. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers will take over at their own 5 following the interception. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the 2nd half of a 1-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one hits for 30, and that's a 49er first down. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. Purdy throwing here on first. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. No luck finding George Kittle with that one. So 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. And incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
Back to the air on 2nd, Purdy. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown. PAT up and good for Moody. And the 49ers double their lead to 14.
49ers 14.
Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Purdy setting up that play action. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Trying an inside give to Garindo. And they're going to drag him down after a decent gain. He gets up to the 36. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. 49ers 14 points back. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out. And this is picked up by the 49ers.
Hey, I get it, Kate. 3rd down, you're doing all you can to try to stay on the field. But unfortunately, poor ball security loosens his hold on it, and the defense knocks it free. Instead of facing 4th down, even better, that defense is off the field completely.
That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Going run again with McCaffrey. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. They stick with McCaffrey. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
McCaffrey on 3rd down. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that 1st down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
first down, they go back to McCaffrey. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And it's incomplete, but hey, who cares? They've got the lead, and we are out of time in this one. So the 49... Calm the faithful for nothing, Bronc. Fans numbering 70,000 strong and made the trek to Santa Clara, and they're ready to cheer on their 49ers here at Levi's Stadium. Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, to get this one going. And we're off from Levi's Stadium. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Garindo running between the tackles. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Now a give to Garindo. And what a hit there. Oh, she faced the price for moving the chains that time. Working quickly here. First down throw by Purdy. Caught by Deebo Samuel. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
I have loved this opening script. Aggressive, taking your shots. You know, the numbers tell you get an explosive play on the drive. In the NFL today, you're typically going to score with that shot down the field, or they're knocking on the door in the red zone.
They'll run here with Garindo. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers take a 6-0 lead right away. Isaac Garindo with the touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
To kick it away. Here's Moody. On the return, here's Ray McCloud. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Bijan Robinson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. From the shotgun, Penix. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
3rd down, it's Penix. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. That's Deshaun Gibson. And the 49ers get the football on the first turnover of the contest. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Give it away possession.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
Purdy looking to throw. On target to Garindo. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
From the 40 on 2nd down. That finds Jacob Kelly. And he's taken down at the 30. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
And that run very short, only getting to the 27. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Takes the handoff, now to throw. Working the sideline. Oh, he got it, drug the feet. That's a catch.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Levi Stadium right after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They've got 3rd down well inside field goal range. They've got a man in motion. 3rd and short. Here's Purdy. Looking for a tough. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Jake Moody out for the 49ers field goal try. There's a 44-yard look from the right hash. Moody knocks it through. And they come away with some points on that series.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
McLeod now returning it. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. Offense up to the line fast. Throwing for the pistol, Penix. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That throw is looking for Kyle Pitts. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They'll run the draw with Robinson. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Nick Bosa makes the stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. So it's the 2-minute warning here from the home of the faithful. The Falcons facing a deficit near the break. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Penix here from the gun. Complete out to the right. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Penix working from the gun. Got a man, it's Drake London. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. From the red zone now. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Play action. Here's Penix. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So they're left facing third and long.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
And he will score. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons make it a one-score game before halftime. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Purdy on 1st down. Fits it through the middle. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Richie Grant. And the Falcons get it back after a marvelous defensive effort.
That is just a big-time individual effort, Kate, defensively. First, he takes the ball away, and then he's looking for points, right? He turns from defense to offense, and one more move, and he might have broken it to the house.
Penix on 1st down. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
Now, that's a nice job by the defense, Kate, to actually use the 12th defender, and that is the sideline. That throw didn't give the receiver enough real estate to establish possession, and the defense understanding how to use the boundary.
It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. That's Deshaun Gibson. And the 49ers get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Here's Purdy to throw. Reeled in by George Kittle. He runs out of bounds at the emerging 45. It's a gain of 12 there. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down. They'll try the right side with Gurindo. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. Ball spotted on that right hash, 53 yards out. Has the distance, but headed well left. No good. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Here's Avery Williams on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they face 2nd down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Here's a counter give to Robinson. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Brought down by Fred Warner.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
An option give to Robinson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Ask for a little bit more on that one. That's that running back to come up with more than he's used to on 3rd down. He made it look like just another day at the office. I wouldn't expect every conversion to go as smoothly. He sure made that one look routine.
They go play action. Here's Penix. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Talanoa Hufanga makes the play. And the 49ers will take over along the midfield stripe after the interception and return.
Well, I'll admit, man, I got to admire the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage, even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his 3rd strike. And no, it's not baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Now Gurindo. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They'll go right back to Gurindo. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. Now it's Purdy. He'll get this to Samuel. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
On the carry, it's Gurindo. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
On the give, it's Gorindo. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
So all we needed to see right there before the snap. Defense way overcommitted to stop the quick pass. It became really easy to hand it off and watch that running back do the rest.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Here's Gorindo again. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down. Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless 3rd quarter for us. It's 49ers football, and we'll see if they can close things out for a win. Still lined up at the 6. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run. It's Gorindo. And he can't find a lane before being wrapped up at the line. No gain on the play, and they have to come up with 7 yards now on 3rd and goal. This is Gorindo. And they'll bring him down after an all-right gain. Give him 6 on that play. Now it's going to be 4th and goal.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Looking to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers parlay the interception into points. George Kittle, the touchdown. Moody knocks that extra point through. And the 49ers make it a 10-point ball game. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. McLeod now returning it. And look at this return. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Into the hands of Pitts. A very productive play from the rookie QB out of Washington. That gets them a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Penix now on 1st down. And the 49ers get there and take him down. Offense in the hurry up here. Trying again, following the sack. Escapes out to the left. Completes. It's Bijan Robinson. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. On the shotgun, Penix. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swallowed it away with ease.
Throw is caught by the back. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. The 49ers find themselves in a great spot to start this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Finds his target, Mason. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Falcons side of the field.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. One of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Trying an inside. Oh, he lost the football. And it's a turnover. The defense has it.
You're using this play to try for a first down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
On 1st down, here's Penix. And this throw is knocked away, incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, you're looking at a huge game.
On 2nd and 10, it's Penix. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Jair Brown has it. Well, okay, I guess we've got a couple of very giving teams.